Despite his talent, Bela Lugosi often found himself facing setbacks and bad choices. The actor who created one of the most famous portrayals of Dracula experienced more than his fair share of mistakes. His impulsive decisions and reckless behavior repeatedly led him into trouble, draining his energy and affecting his career. Even though he achieved fame, these errors overshadowed his success at times. Some of his actions, like keeping cloth-less pictures of Clara, remain puzzling and raise questions about his motives. His fascination with Bo's images shows how his mind sometimes wandered into strange territory, possibly driven by obsession or fascination with Hollywood stars. These moments reveal a different side of Lugosi, one marked by vulnerabilities and peculiar interests. His life was full of ups and downs, and his choices often seemed to reflect the struggle between his ambitions and personal struggles. As we explore the reasons behind his unusual attachment to Clara's photos, it becomes clear that his unpredictable nature played a big role in shaping his intriguing but often misunderstood life story. Certainly, Hollywood-focused media houses often sensationalize the lives of stars, blending truth and falsehood to attract readers and viewers. This tendency is especially evident with stars who are prone to scandal or controversy. Actors like Bela Lugosi and Clara have been subjects of such sensationalism, where stories about their personal lives are exaggerated or distorted to create more interest. Sometimes the stars themselves help fuel these stories, either knowingly or unknowingly, by sharing bits of their lives that are taken out of context or twisted for publicity. This practice can lead to a distorted image of the stars, making it difficult to separate fact from fiction. For Bela Lugosi, famous for his role as Dracula, the media often focused on his strange persona, odd behaviors, and struggles off-screen, blending real facts with rumors and myths. Similarly, Clara, known as the IT girl of the silent film era, was often portrayed through a lens of scandal, which overshadowed her talent and achievements. Sensationalism serves to entertain the audience, but can also harm the reputation of stars by spreading false stories or amplifying minor issues. The media's focus on scandal and controversy can turn a star's personal troubles into public spectacle, sometimes with their participation or consent. This pattern of media sensationalism continues today, as stories about stars are crafted to pique interest, often at the expense of their privacy and true character. The intertwining of truth and falsehood about stars like Bela Lugosi and Clara remains a common theme, reflecting the media's role in shaping public perception through exaggerated and sometimes untrue narratives. Many people believe that Bela Lugosi's marriage was very short and ended quickly. However, contrary to what the media often reports, Lugosi's marriage to Beatrice Weeks lasted for 3 months, not just 4 days. The idea that it ended because of an affair with Clara is also not true. In fact, new information shows that Lugosi and Clara were simply friends and did not have an affair. Although some stories say there was romantic interest, there is no proof that they were involved in a romantic relationship. Interestingly, Lugosi valued his friendship with Clara enough to keep a nude portrait of her in his homes. This portrait was an art piece, and Lugosi admired as an actress, not as a romantic partner. These facts help to clear up many misunderstandings about Lugosi's personal life. People often jump to conclusions based on rumors and media stories, but the truth is that Lugosi's marriage and friendship with were much more straightforward than many believe. His life was full of different relationships and friendships, and he was primarily focused on his acting career and his artistic interests. The stories about his marriage and relationships tend to be exaggerated or misunderstood. Knowing the real facts helps us see Bela Lugosi as a person beyond the rumors and false reports, showing a different side of the actor who was more than just the vampire from the movies. The truth about Lugosi's personal relationships reminds us that not everything we hear or read is accurate, and it's always good to look into the facts carefully. Bela Lugosi is a notable actor who is often remembered for his distinctive role as Count Dracula in the classic horror film. However, his life outside the screen was filled with interesting and sometimes complicated relationships. Clara, a famous actress known for her lively personality and her many romantic affairs, was involved in various scandals. These scandals included her fights with her secretary, Daisy DeVoe, who once revealed Clara's relationships with several men. Among those men was Bela Lugosi, which added to the public's curiosity about the actor's personal life. Lugosi's connection with Clara was just one part of his complex history, as he was often linked with the glamorous and tumultuous world of Hollywood stars. Meanwhile, Beatrice Weeks had her own story shaped by loss and a quest for happiness. She was a wealthy socialite who had experienced the tragedy of losing her father and her second husband. In addition to these personal losses, she faced health problems that made her life more difficult. In an effort to find joy and stability, Weeks married Bela Lugosi for a short time. Their marriage was brief, yet it represented her attempt to seek happiness amid her hardships. Despite her fleeting union with Lugosi, her background reflects a life marked by tragedy, wealth, and the hope of finding peace through love. Lugosi's life was intertwined with these women who represented different facets of fame and personal struggle. His relationships, whether with Clara or Beatrice Weeks, show a man caught between the world of Hollywood stardom and the personal difficulties faced by those around him. His story, shaped by love and loss, remains a fascinating chapter in Hollywood history. After getting married, Bela Lugosi and Weeks faced difficulties because they had very different ideas about marriage. Lugosi believed in traditional values and wanted a stable, traditional relationship. On the other hand, Weeks wanted more freedom and independence, which led to disagreements between them. Because of this clash, their marriage did not last long, and they separated only 3 months after they tied the knot. Their quick separation showed how fundamental their differences were, and how difficult it was for them to find common ground. Meanwhile, Clara, a popular actress known for her lively personality and her influence in Hollywood, might have played an important role if she and Lugosi had been involved. Beau was known for helping actors she dated, often guiding them toward better roles and opportunities in the film industry. If Beau had a relationship with Lugosi, it is likely she would have used her connections and experience to help him find more prominent roles and improve his career. Beau's support could have made a significant difference for Lugosi, who was often typecast or struggled to find the roles that showcased his talent. Her influence, combined with her willingness to help others, suggests she might have been a strong ally for Lugosi, helping him navigate the complexities of Hollywood. These relationships and personal beliefs highlight how personal feelings and professional opportunities intertwine in the world of acting and Hollywood history. Many people remember Bela Lugosi not only for his iconic portrayal of Dracula, but also for his tendency to embellish his own story. He often talked about his past with great pride, claiming he was a famous actor in Hungary before coming to America. He told stories of starring in many plays and films back home, though the full truth of his acting career remains uncertain. Lugosi also liked to emphasize that he left behind a wife and sons in Hungary when he emigrated to the United States, portraying his move as a difficult but necessary step to find success and a better life in Hollywood. Born in the year 1882 in a small town called Lugosi in Hungary, his childhood was quite modest. His family was middle class, which meant they weren't wealthy, but they had enough to get by. When Bela was only about 12 years old, tragedy struck his family. His father passed away, which deeply affected him. After this loss, he ended his schooling and started working in various simple jobs to help support his family. These early experiences shaped his life, and later, when he sought fame in acting, he often recalled his humble beginnings. Despite the stories he told, some details about his early acting days are still debated. But what is clear is that Lugosi's childhood and early life in Hungary were marked by hardship and a desire to succeed. His move to America was a turning point, and he used his dramatic personality and flair for storytelling to create a magnetic persona for himself. Throughout his career, he continued to highlight his past achievements and his struggle to reach stardom, even though the full truth may be more complicated than he sometimes admitted. His early life, marked by loss and hard work, laid the groundwork for a career filled with fame, mystery, and a touch of self-made legend. Starting his journey in acting in Hungary, Bela Lugosi might have been introduced to the stage through his sister, who helped him begin his career in the theater. He gained recognition early on, especially with a notable role in the play Romeo and Juliet, which showcased his talent and helped him make a name for himself. However, this promising start was soon interrupted by the outbreak of World War I, which brought significant changes to his life. During the war, Lugosi served as a lieutenant in the Hungarian infantry, demonstrating his dedication and sense of duty to his country. His time in the military was marked by hardship, as he was injured while serving, which forced him to return home and leave behind his acting pursuits temporarily. After recovering from his injuries, Lugosi faced new challenges when political troubles arose, making it unsafe for him to stay in Hungary. As a result, he had to flee his homeland to escape the unrest and danger caused by these political issues. His early life was shaped by his passion for acting, his service in the military, and the difficulties he faced because of war and political upheaval. These experiences laid the foundation for his later career in Hollywood, where he became known for his iconic portrayals, especially of vampires. Despite the obstacles, Lugosi's determination and talent kept him moving forward, eventually making him a legendary figure in the world of horror films. After starting his acting career in Europe, Lugosi moved to Germany where he made silent films. He spent some time there trying to establish himself as an actor, but eventually decided to go to America. When he first arrived, he faced many difficulties because of his age and the language barrier. He struggled to find work and had a hard time breaking into the entertainment industry. Despite these challenges, he kept working in the theater and gradually gained some recognition. His big break came when he was cast in the Broadway production of Dracula. Playing the iconic vampire character made him famous and opened many doors for him in Hollywood. The role of Dracula became his signature part and made him a household name. After his success in theater and on stage, he moved into films and became well known for his portrayal of horror characters. During this time, Lugosi also married his second wife, Ilona, but their marriage did not last, and they eventually divorced. His move to America marked the beginning of his rise to fame, and his role in Dracula is remembered as one of the most important moments in his career. The success he found in theater and film helped shape his legacy as one of the most enduring figures in horror movies. Following his third marriage to Beatrice Weeks, which lasted only a short time, Bela Lugosi continued to marry women who were younger and wealthy, often resembling his first wife, Ilona. This pattern showed his preference for women who reminded him of his past love. Despite these personal changes, his film career had notable moments. Although he was initially rejected for the film version of Dracula, he persisted and was eventually cast in the iconic role. His performance in Dracula made him famous, and he earned modest pay for the film. Still, the movie's success brought him lasting recognition. However, because of his distinctive portrayal of the vampire, Lugosi soon became strongly associated with the character, leading to him being typecast. This meant he was often offered roles similar to Dracula, which limited his acting opportunities in other types of films. His typecasting affected his career, as directors and producers saw him mainly as a horror icon rather than a versatile actor. Still, Bela Lugosi's legacy as Dracula remains one of the most memorable in Hollywood history, and his influence on horror movies continues today. Starting from the beginning, Bela Lugosi was a famous actor known for his roles in horror movies, especially as Dracula. However, he had a rivalry with Boris Karloff, another well-known actor of the time. This rivalry was not friendly. Karloff often received better roles and more praise from critics and fans alike. Because of this, Lugosi's career started to decline as he found it harder to get the parts he wanted. Meanwhile, Lugosi's life outside of acting was filled with problems. He enjoyed a lavish lifestyle, spending money on expensive clothes and entertainment. But his career was fading. This led to financial troubles, and he struggled to pay his bills. As his situation worsened, Lugosi became addicted to drugs like methadone and morphine. These addictions worsened his health and made his financial problems even worse, trapping him in a cycle of despair. His rivalry with Karloff, combined with his personal struggles, played a big role in the decline of his acting career and his life overall. Despite his fame, Lugosi faced many hardships that shadowed his early success. Although Bela Lugosi's career had many ups and downs, his final marriage was with a woman who was a super fan of his work. She admired him deeply and sought to be close to the actor, and their marriage took place during the later years of his life. Despite the love and loyalty he may have received from her, Lugosi's health was in serious decline at this time. His body was weakened by years of drug use and the exhaustion from decades of acting in the horror genre. He often struggled with physical ailments, and his illness worsened as time went on. Despite his desire to stage a comeback and return to the spotlight, his efforts were unsuccessful. He no longer had the strength or vitality to revive his career, and his health continued to deteriorate. By the end of his life, Bela Lugosi was in poor physical condition, which affected his ability to work and support his family. When he passed away, he left behind very little inheritance, and his family faced financial difficulties because he had not accumulated significant wealth during his career. His final years were marked by personal struggles, health issues, and the disappointment of a career that could not be revived, leaving behind a legacy that has continued to influence horror films and fans worldwide.